guys, oh my god, this thing is just so hold on 1 second. Okay, much better. Hi guys, I wasn't even gonna go live tonight. I was not feeling in the mood. But I said to myself, you know what? I remember one time I had a friend and he recently passed away too. Bless his soul. Hoping to see him next lifetime. But he reminded me one time he had a book and he lent that book to me. And I remember in the book, it was talking about, like, if you don't feel like if your lungs didn't feel like breathing, then you would be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you don't feel like doing something, you still have to, turn up. The show has to go on. I was kind of like under the weather. I don't know if it's because of my ascension symptoms. A lot of change has been going on. I don't know if I'm cleansing, I'm purging. I don't know what is going on, but I was just like out of it today. I was just like probably picking up on a lot of the collective also, like maybe like a lot of the collective energy, because I think like I feel like a lot of people are sad, feeling like unfulfilled and empty and alone. And I was just like, because usually I'm really fine, but today, and I'm so happy I'm like going live now because I feel so much better already. But today I was just like really I was just like really out of it. But yeah, I was just like, listen, I'm very proud of myself for doing this right now, by the way, like for just really like, and it shows a lot of growth because this is like first time I would be like, because even a lot of people that want to work with me professionally, that's sometimes they're like, Minka, you're just like too moody. And I'm just like, I know. So I'm really trying to get out of my comfort zone and trying to, I don't know why this, Mercury in retrograde is just like really also something that when Mercury is in retrograde, because Mercury is my sign, I tend to just be kind of like out of it also, right? So anyways, because I feel like I need some grounding and some centering, so we're gonna do like kind of like a grounding and a centering. I did not prepare for this show at all, so we're just gonna wing it. I've been really busy too with school. I have a deadline. I have to finish up certain papers. One of my papers for school is just like 170 questions, 300 questions. It's just like, it's a lot. So I have to really been buckling down where school is concerned, and school is not, it's not a walkover. Let's just put it like that. You have to do a lot of studying, but I love it. I love it because it's empowering, and it's just like, I feel so independent, because I know should like anything should happen and the system fails, I know just bush in a herbs in a bush are just like really around me. I kind of like, I'm familiar with what I need to do or what I need to do to help people to get better. And that's just like so empowering to know that like you don't really need sometimes, I'm not saying, and this is another thing why I just wanted to continue what I was discussing last week, is that I don't really tell people to stay at home and not go to their doctor, not go to the hospital. I'm just trying to give you preventative information, and just in case there's an emergency, these are certain things that you can do. I'm all about mostly like preventative medicine, I prefer you not to get sick, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do a meditation right now, where it's called like a pillar of light, and we're gonna just basically, this meditation helps you to center yourself. And I don't know what's going on with the energies, but I know the energies are just like all over the place today. So what it does, it helps to improve the boundaries of your aura. And I know that I need that, because like right now I've gotten like so psychic. Oh my God. This is like I suck up everybody's energies. I don't even know how I'm not wearing my crystals tonight. I just took them off, but I have to be just like really mindful of those things and mindful of my space. So this meditation helps with the boundaries of your aura. It helps to create a powerful circle of safety and healing around you. Basically, what we're just going to imagine is very, 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 very easy. You're just going to imagine, spirals, right? So spirals of light. We're just going to imagine spirals of light coming down onto the earth and just hitting our bodies. You know what I'm saying? Just coming down. If you want to visualize like a pillar of light or something that is coming from, you could do that as well. Like say for example, like a big light that is coming from, but you could just visualize that it's coming from the sky. So the benefits of this meditation, as I was saying, it promotes, boundaries. It helps with centering. It harmonizes the aura and helps with spiritual alignment. It enhances inner strength and your resolve. Jeez, can I tell you how much I need that right now? It has not been an easy day today. But I'm so happy that I could come in here and be laughing and not crying, right? So it promotes calmness and inner peace and balance and clarity and focus, and I need all of that. And it also provides protection from unwanted influences. Awesome, because I'm learning so much about how people could just like really latch onto your energy and drain it. I've been told by spiritual guidances, guides, that when people, even come to me for readings and stuff like that, and they leave, they still attach, an energy to me. And I have to be careful that I have my own space and my own boundaries. So I'm not the only one who's psychic. A lot of you out there are very psychic and intuitive and sensitive. So you need to learn how to protect your boundaries. A lot of people, even if they just come to you for advice, they just come to you to cry on your shoulders, come to you for, how should I say it now? Just to have you as a listening ear. You more than likely, you're probably going to feel drained sometimes when those people leave. So this exercise is really a good exercise to help to neutralize all of that. So you can use it to cleanse, to make your space sacred. You could use it to cleanse your rooms, buildings, gardens. You could use it to enhance focus and clarity. You could just basically use it to establish safety also, with like if you're not feeling very safe. And this, if people are, sometimes people do this unconsciously, it sends psychic energies to you. So this kind of like neutralizes it. It doesn't really send it back, because honestly, I totally understand. All of us get upset with people. So if somebody is sending stuff to me, I don't necessarily want to send it back to them. I have a lot of compassion, and I really, more than likely just want to show the person love. So I tend to neutralize whatever is being sent. Sometimes you don't even know what people are sending to you, because just somebody, sending negative energy to you, they don't have to be doing anything physically, but just, certain thoughts, everything like that is energy. So you want to help yourself to, as usual, we're going to just basically start off by doing some deep breathing. This meditation is very It's very easy, and it's very quick, it's very effective. So you're gonna visualize that energy is just filling up in those spiral lights, and it's just descending onto earth and descending onto you and creating this boundary of safety and healing, and just purifying your space. One thing with meditation and all of these things is that the power of the mind is what really works. So you have to really like concentrate and visualize. And so we're gonna use this meditation tonight to basically purify our space, our homes, our environment, our community, our country. You could just even just visualize the shape of Jamaica, and the spirals are just coming down and just blessing Jamaica, blessing the whole earth. I like to do all of that when I'm meditating. Okay, so let's go. We're going to take, as usual, maybe like 3 to 5 deep breaths, and then we're just going to visualize our spirals of light. Remember, if you're feeling anxious, deep breathing is one of the best ways to like really center yourself. And you should generally practice deep breathing on a whole so that your cells can get oxygen. And just visualize your spirals of light just coming down on you first, just cleansing your space, brightening up your space, lightening up your space, blinging up your space. Just visualize it, the spirals of light coming down and just blessing your house, purifying your house and your yard, and just blessing your whole space. And then just visualize them coming down like raindrops all over your neighbor's house, all over your community, and then just go out further all over the parish that you're in or the state. And then just visualize the lights just coming down on an image of whichever country you are. And then you can just visualize them coming down on the whole earth, the whole world. I just usually visualize them standing on like a globe-like structure. Just allow these spirals of light to just work their magic, cleanse your space, cleanse your aura. Establish your boundaries. Center your spirit. Calm your mind. Just visualize them bringing focus and clarity. Yay! So, these meditations are like really quick and easy, and you could just do them quick and fast before you go to work, before you go off to do your, whatever you're doing for the day. I don't know about anybody else, but I feel very centered right now. I kind of feel, very uplifted also. So these meditations are really, really very good. Okay. So as I was saying before, I wanted to just kind of like, last week I didn't touch on certain topics. And I just wanted to, when I re-listened the um the recording, I kind of like sounded like, listen, I'm not saying if you guys are having any kind of, life and death ailment, get yourself to the hospital, call your doctor. I am just basically sharing information with you so that it's kind of like preventative. It helps you to, to prevent you from like getting sick, or help you to avoid pain, basically. So that's basically what I'm all about. And I realized that last week when I was talking about, um, when I was talking about, this whole pregnancy and giving birth and all of that, we didn't discuss things like birthing methods. Okay, so you're in the delivery room now, and things that you could actually do, of course, is like massage certain areas. You would be so surprised how massaging certain points, like right here, and there's this like, usually where like, to the sink right here is in your back, rubbing there, and like your knees, behind your knees. And also just like when you're, okay, so I really do not recommend laying down to have a baby. Most countries in the world don't really do that, because that's not really like a natural way to have a baby, and it's harder, and it puts a lot of pressure on the mother and the baby. So that practice, basically, based on what I've read, basically came about because the kings in London wanted to see, or not London, in Europe, the whole king thing, whatever, royalty, they wanted to see their wives deliver the baby. So it was easier for them to watch like that. So we basically have certain, how should I say it, practices that have come from some places that, okay, when you really think about it, first things first. And when you think about health, the first thing that you need to apply is common sense. Okay. So most women, especially like in Africa, Asia, in those places where childbirth is just like, it's like, for example, a lot of people run to certain countries that they think are developed to have babies, only come to find out, based on my studies, they are way behind other countries, in terms of healthcare when it comes down to babies, or, infants, mortality rates and stuff like that. So, yeah, you would be so surprised. This is like having too much, I don't know how to say it. It's just like too much intervention tends to not quite be as, progressive as people would think. So sometimes you just have to really let nature take its course. The body knows what it needs to do. And so back to, birthing. So there's something called a birthing stool, which is a really good recommendation as well. So I'm thinking about, of course, most people are going to want to go to the hospital to have their babies. That's fine. That's okay. I'm saying if I had a choice, I definitely would look into home birth, of course, with a doctor and a midwife and all of those good things there. Maybe like even an ambulance on standby just in case of any emergency. But home births, there's so many benefits, where that is concerned. And so if you're doing like a home birth, you'll be able to use a birthing stool. You'll be able to, so that is one position. Another good position to have a baby, squatting, is like, the other good position, like, water births. Also bending over on all fours like animals. Yeah, when I read that one, I was just like, oh, I don't know. But that is also another good way to have a baby, but it makes sense, So it all depends on which position makes you comfortable. So that's like what's most important, is that you, the person who's delivering the baby, you need to be comfortable, and um so yeah, there are certain, of course, things that you could, do. Make sure, like, I love aromatherapy, so make sure you have like a vapor going on with maybe like some lavender oil that could probably, be used to relax you. You don't even have to put it on your body or anything. And also, if you are fortunate enough to like do a water birth, think about just like music. It's nice to have your family around to welcome the baby. And what else? So I also wanted to talk about who I've been studying so much. It's just like my brain is all over the place. And yeah, sugar is one thing that I wanted to talk about. So a lot of people think putting on weight, when they put on weight, is due to because they eat a lot of fatty stuff. But that's not necessarily true. Sugar is really what makes you put on weight. And you have to remember that processed carbohydrates also break down into sugar. So what happens is when you eat too much sugar, especially processed sugar, what is going to happen is that it gets stored in the liver. And the liver is so very important when it comes down to detoxifying the body. So when you have like all of those fatty cells stored in the liver, and then it gets too much, then it goes to your thighs, and it goes to your breasts, and it goes to your hips. And then when those areas get saturated, and it goes to your tummy too. And then when those areas get saturated, then it goes to the organs like the heart and the kidneys and all of that. So you really have to watch your sugar intake. I know sugar is not easy. The other night I had a coconut drops, and oh my god, it was so good. I paid the price though, because look, all my face is broken out really bad just from that one eating that one cake. Like I really try to avoid sugary stuff, like processed sugar. I try not to eat that, and with just that one cake, like I had a breaking out that looked like food poisoning. Okay, so that's how crazy sugar is, because my body is extremely sensitive to poisonous substance. So that's just how my body reacts. If I take in something that is just like not really very healthy, then yeah, I know I'm definitely going to be paying the price for that. So again, I want to make sure that you understand the importance of just like exercising. Hold on. Yeah, so if you are not exercising, what's going to happen is that your muscles are going to so I've been doing a lot of studying, oh my goodness, and they did a survey of some 90-year-old elders, and they put them on an exercise program, and they actually started to rebuild their muscles. So your muscles don't have to get old. As I was telling you before, you don't have to age like that. Again, you don't have to lose your teeth. You don't have to. Just make sure that you top up on your calcium intake. And yes, one thing that I forgot to tell you that is good in calcium are figs. Like one fig, you could get your whole calcium intake for the day. So, and you could double check the research on that, but figs are really good, almonds are really good, and broccoli, coconut jelly. Make sure that you're getting your calcium and your iron. Ginseng is a good anti-aging herb. Rosemary is also, and we have a lot of rosemary in Jamaica. Rosemary, ginger, garlic that I'm always singing on. All of those are filled with antioxidants. Berries, I love berries. I love things like jackfruits. All of those things are loaded with antioxidants, so they are very good anti-aging foods. Very good for you to eat. Um, and noni is also something else that I take that I've been wanting to tell you guys about. Noni is very good. Moringa, moringa, moringa. I notice, I think because moringa helps me with my spots on my legs, my white age spots, I think that moringa could also help to reverse graying, gray hair. Okay, so I really do love my moringa, like really, 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 really love my moringa. So also, always remember that you don't have to lose your hair, because losing your hair is also a result of vitamin, of iron deficiency, and also vitamin B. And they're just like, I didn't even really know that, oh, maple syrup is just like, is a really very good product to use. Also, maple syrup is just like loaded. Alfalfa is loaded with a lot of vitamins and minerals. Irish moss is loaded with minerals and vitamins. It has like 92 out of the 104 so-called vitamins that we need. I always don't even go to that, because I think that we have way more vitamins, and the scientists are just not even skimming the surface. No disrespect to them, but when it comes on to what God has created, what the universe has created, this is boundless. Like this is scientists can't create a blade of grass just yet. They don't know how many vitamins we need, but let's just say, of what they've discovered, alfalfa, Irish moss. Celery is also good, but you have to be careful when you're taking celery, based on how your blood pressure is. So I don't believe anything lowers your blood pressure, but if you're taking stuff to lower your blood pressure, then you need to be careful. If you're taking any medication at all, you need to be careful. But where celery is concerned, it's celery, garlic, and all these things that they say lower the blood pressure. It just stabilizes it, whether your blood pressure is high or whether it is low. It just stabilizes it, because what causes high or low blood pressure is that there are cells in your body that are not getting oxygen, and they just basically send out a signal to the brain that, hey, we're not getting oxygen. So the heart starts to pump harder, so that's where the pressure comes in. But what is stopping it is because your veins are clogged. Okay, so your veins are clogged, your blood cells are sticking together, because your body's not alkaline, it's acidic. So that is how blood pressure comes in. And if I don't even understand why they give people blood thinners, because that is what you give to rats to kill them. So even if it's an emergency and you need to take blood thinners, you need to build your blood back. And that's the problem, that I wish the doctors would work hand in hand with the herbalists. Because, there was a situation recently, and I knew that, the person needed like green chlorophyll filled herbs and stuff like that to build their blood back. And also things like garlic and, hawthorn berries and maybe like onions and stuff to really make their blood thin. But, the doctors insisted on just giving the person blood thinners. Of course, they passed. And I was just like, of course, because you give blood thinners to rats to kill them. So even if you're going to be taking blood thinners, you have to fix the problem, because then you're taking the blood thinners to fix the symptom. Okay, you guys have to understand how the body works. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, this is like one of the reasons why I get away when I'm arguing with doctors. This is like, I'm like, you guys can't find a cure for cancer. You can't find a cure. And the thing about it is that why we are living in a very precarious, crazy time is that, okay, the medical industry say there's no cure for cancer. You can't, if anybody else finds the cure for cancer, it's illegal to say so. Let me just make that sink in for a minute. Yeah. If anybody else, apart from a doctor, apart from anybody like that, finds a cure or heals somebody with cancer, they can't say that because it's illegal. They'll get locked up. You get locked up for healing people. Yeah, that's the kind of world we're living in. So you have to be careful. You have to understand what is going on around you. Yeah, so it's illegal to say that. And then the other thing is that so there's no cure for diabetes, there's no cure for cancer, there's no cure for AIDS, there's no cure for anything. And okay, and so the medical industry has like a 17% cure rate, and usually that's just not even accurate on most cases. And I don't even want to go into how 93% of surgeries are like unnecessary and just, sometimes when I just started going to school, my lecturer was like throwing shit all around, and I was just like, okay, why did I come to this crazy school? But then I understand like why the system is crazy. Okay, so you have to understand what you're dealing with, and make sure that you take your health. Your health is your responsibility. Your health and the health of your children. Hi guys, they are your responsibility. So you have to, and also another thing that I like, how the medical industry is set up, it's based off a theory that your body, there's germs in the air and bad bacteria, and you take that on and you get sick. Okay? The germs and the virus is what makes you sick. But then there's another theory, and this is the theory that I embrace, is that of course there's going to be germs and bacteria and stuff in the air, but why do some people get sick and some people don't? It's all about the environment and how you keep the environment. Like if certain bacteria and stuff like can't live inside your body. And the thing about it is, you do need some good bacteria. So you don't want to be taking stuff to kill off all the bacteria and feel like bacteria is just like are bad things. And what has happened is the overuse of antibiotics have actually created like monster strains of bacteria, and that is why so many people are having issues with pneumonia right now. Okay, so that is why it's just like, the medicines are not as effective in simple little cases like that anymore. And there have been a lot of cases of flu deaths recently, even with people who took the flu shot. Okay, so there has been a lot of deaths from simple things like the flu, the cold, because the antibiotics don't work no more. The antibiotics are not going to work. Antibiotics do work in certain situations. So those are the situations that you need to save them for. You don't need to be overdoing it. You know what I'm saying? So because of the whole overdoing of the prescribing of antibiotics, what has happened is that all of us, our immune system has gotten lower. So that's why we having all these diseases. And also, based on that theory, that's why they give us injections. That is why they inject us with. So there are two schools of vaccinations. One, they inject us with a dead vaccine, with a dead virus of the whatever they're inoculating us against. So it's a dead virus of what causes tuberculosis, or what causes mumps, or what causes chickenpox. Okay, and then the other school likes to use live vaccines. Okay, so when these vaccines don't work, because these vaccines do not give you immunity for life. And a lot of surveys have been finding that out. By the time the child reaches like 15 and stuff, they're no longer immune. Whereas when you, as a child, you catch chicken pox, you catch mumps, you catch most of these childhood diseases, not all of them, because like meningitis is very dangerous, but most of these, oops, sorry, my spirit just told me that. Oh my God, that's so crazy. So my spirit just told me to fix the lamp. And I didn't listen. That's so crazy. But anyways, I love it. I love living in 5D. So no, anyway, that this thing is gonna be in the way. Oh my God, I'm not gonna trouble it because I don't want it to topple over. But so that's why they inject us. That is why they give us injections, because they say they are protecting us against these viruses. Whereas, as I was saying before, if you catch any one of these, or your children catch these diseases when they are young, they will become immune for life. Okay, so when they inject vaccinations in us, it's loaded with mercury. It's loaded with formaldehyde, the thing that they use to embalm the dead. Is loaded with things that you find in rat poison. They actually have to grow these things, and they grow them on like monkeys' brains. Yeah, so being a vegan, listen, I have to laugh because this is some serious shit that I'm talking about. But yeah, that's what they grow vaccines on. And their theory of giving us vaccines is to protect us against these viruses. I don't know, man. So yeah, the whole medical industry, we really have to look at it very deeply and study and learn to understand about our own bodies and things that works, for us. Simple things that in our food, let your food be your medicine, and let your medicine be your food. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hardly ever get sick, and the minute I start getting sick, I know exactly what to do. As I was saying, also on the topic of pneumonia, echinacea is very good to build up your immune system. So if you feel like you are coming down with something, it's good to boost up your immune system with echinacea. The thing with echinacea is you're not supposed to take it on a regular, and don't take it for more than 6 days, okay? But if you take maybe like drink 3 cups of tea a day, or maybe like 2 capsules every 4 hours, then you should be good after the 2nd day. And if you also want to, be taking your garlic with that as well. So also, I use a lot of cilantro in my food, because things like cilantro also helps to get a lot of trace minerals in the body. We do tend to sweat out our trace minerals a lot. Because we're in a tropical country and it's usually hot. So you want to replace your trace minerals. If you do not have enough trace minerals, you will tend to be dizzy and, just feel faint all the time, not be able to just like have that stamina to work. So I do, and just a little bit of cilantro goes a far way. So I do use a lot of cilantro in my salads. Cilantro also helps to detoxify the body of heavy metals, especially the ones in the brain. Listen, I love my memories. Like, I can't even think about having Alzheimer's and not even remembering. And it's such Alzheimer's. I've watched videos, and I've had to do case studies about these things. It's a really sad situation. So these things can be prevented For me, I've stopped eating stuff out of tin. That's also one of the reasons why I don't really eat out at restaurants anymore, because I really have gotten very serious about what I put into my body. I do have bad habits just like everybody else. I mean, I could just keel over tomorrow from cardiac arrest, because health is not even just about freaking physical shit. It's emotional stuff too. And you never know, but I'm just sharing knowledge, and to the best of, because I know how I feel when I am healthy, when I'm eating good, you know what I'm saying? So I just, try to always be up on taking care of my body. So cilantro is a good thing that I really use, that I try to incorporate in my diet a lot. And also, if you're feeling depressed, because depression also is a sign that your liver is toxic, and that your hormones really need to be balanced. I eat a lot of sunflower seeds, and I love the fact that avocado doesn't seem to be going anywhere. It seems to be like in season all the time these days, and I'm so happy. I prayed about that. So I do try to eat a lot of avocado all the time, maybe every day if I can. Sunflower seeds, avocado, grapes, and try to get the grapes with the seeds. I also chew the seeds and suck the juice out, because that's very anti-cancerous and very potent in a lot of nutrients. Also, I really don't like grapes without seeds, because that's some GMO shit. Like, I don't know. I don't like nothing without no seeds. I'm serious. And that's another thing too. I've been really thinking about spending more time in country. My mommy and my aunts have been down there planting a lot. I'm so excited. I can't wait to get out and I plant corn and bean and gungo peas and cassava. I love cassava, and cassava is listen, the other day I was studying about cassava. Listen, I want a whole farm of that. And oh gosh, like, I'm so excited about food, organic food too, and the whole being independent and not being dependent on the system. Yeah, take me there. So nuts are also very good, and sesame seeds, of course. I'm big on my nuts. So grapes are very cleansing. Sometimes if you really just want to do a quick cleanse, you could juice some grapes, and that will just really cleanse your blood and your liver. As I always say, you really want to make sure that you're going to the bathroom. You need to be going to the bathroom every time you eat. Yes, I'm sorry. Every time you eat. And so at least 3 times a day. If you are only eating 2 meals, well, 2 times a day. But yeah, you need to be going to the bathroom as much as you eat, so that your digestive system is keeping clear, and you're not supposed to be having any problems to go to the bathroom either. So if you're having any issues, you need to look into that. But I'm always a big booster on lime. Cut that lime up, squeeze it in your water. It is very good at cleansing your limbs. It's really good at busting up tumors and all of them things. It's also how should I say it now, where lemon is concerned, I know there's a concern about it making your teeth, like it erodes your teeth and stuff. I really did my research, and if lime is making your teeth sensitive, that is a sign that you need to up your calcium intake, okay? So if you are taking enough calcium, then you will not have that issue. So if any kind of citrus fruits at all is making your teeth feel sensitive, then you need to look into your calcium intake, all right? So I'm just basically going through and sharing some information. People were asking me, oh, and when you're having cravings, that means that you have parasites that you need to get rid of. And parasites are not easy to get rid of. I probably have parasites. I try to do a regular parasite cleanse. So whenever you're having cravings, that's just parasites talking, especially when you've started to eat healthy. People have been asking me about that. Oh, how come when I start eating healthily, that's when I want to crave the foods. That's because the parasites are really like being stirred up and they are, you know, putting up a fight. So you really have to get disciplined and really try to stick to your program, and don't be too hard on yourself, you know, take it a step at a time. So people were asking me about belly fat, and apple is a good thing to, I know we don't have apple in season all the time. Make sure that whatever apple that you're going to be using is going to be organic. Cucumbers are also very good at helping with belly fat. Cayenne pepper, avocados again, berries, and walnuts. I love walnuts. Walnuts are really good for feeding the brain. They're very good brain food, okay? Also, I love tamarind. We have a lot of tamarind here being wasted, and tamarind helps to remove fluoride from the body because we do absorb a lot of fluoride. Even me, I don't really drink the pipe water, but I have to have a shower. I've been meaning to buy some shower filters. But so it helps to remove fluoride from the body and also heavy minerals, okay? So do not pass by the tamarind on the floor when you see it drop off of the tree. Please to pick it up and yum it, or make some juice with it because it's really good for you, okay? And cabbage juice is also very good for those who have stomach issues. I know a lot of people have issues with their stomach. And it also is good for cleansing the liver. And also chlorophyll. So there's liquid chlorophyll in the health food store. So if you're really having issues with your blood and issues with having things like low iron counts and stuff like that, you really need to get some chlorophyll in ASAP. Things like alfalfa, moringa, all your green veggies do have a lot of chlorophyll. But you could also go to the health food store and drink up some, you know, get some liquid chlorophyll. As a matter of fact, when you go into labor, when you're pregnant, you need to probably have maybe like 2 bottles of chlorophyll so that you could drink right after to help to build your blood back, okay? So, and of course, give yourself at least 3 days to rest. Do nothing. Like, of course, it's good to have family and friends to help if they can. If you can, hopefully, like, I really, you know, I have a big family. So we've just always just like jumped in and helped each other where babies are concerned. So I can't even imagine like having a baby and not having help. But hopefully, you know, your family can pitch in and you can rest. And you need to be using a lot of green juice to build back your blood and build your energy back up, okay? So, I wanted to, this thing probably just is gonna close off real soon. So I just wanted to pull some cards real quick. And I'm not gonna really do any readings for anybody in particular. I'm just gonna see what message source has to tell us. And that's just because I'm just kind of moody tonight. I'm not really feeling very talkative, and I feel like I've been in and out of dimensions, so I am losing my train of thoughts. So yeah, definitely. So for some people, y'all need to like go on a retreat, take a break. Maybe some of you have been overworking, maybe because the holiday season is coming up. You're going to be going to visit family and friends. So this does look like, you know, something good that's going to be happening. It does look like if you do go on a trip and if you do go to visit family and friends, you're going to be having a good time. Yeah. So yeah, so I'm seeing a lot of discussions and a lot of talking and a lot of chatting and debating. Try not to get into any hot debates too much. Are you serious right now? No, sorry. Try not to get into too many hot debates right now. And like, if you're having any discussions, try to keep it just lively and friendly and not get too boisterous about it, okay? But it does look like a very good, or, you know, if you've been feeling like some kind of way, that's probably what you really need to be going towards. So right now, some of you may be experiencing some blocks in your business, and that is because Mercury is in retrograde, you guys. So you have to be patient, work on developing your craft, and like make sure that you have everything perfect. Take it from me, I've really learned to just go with the flow where certain things are concerned, and it works best for the, you know, it's always for a best reason every single time. So if you're having some blockages, just go within and do the spiritual work, and then, you know, when the time is right. And also remember, time is an illusion. I've been having to work on those issues and those beliefs, right, like time is an illusion. Like, there, you know, there's no need to rush anything. You know, things will happen in the divine time when it's just like the right time for it to happen. Okay, so stop putting yourself on this timestamp and you got to do this by this time and all of that. If it's just not ready, it's just not ready. You don't want to force anything. Think about how it doesn't really taste nice to eat fruit that's not really ripe. So you want to make sure that everything is, you know, perfected, everything, you have all your, you know, you've dot all your I's and cross all your T's. So this is what this is basically saying. Also, and I know a lot of that is going on because Mercury is really in retrograde and kind of like slowing up some people's business. But there are some of you who you're afraid of expressing your creativity, and it's basically saying that you really need to get out of that fear. You need to really get out of that fear of being yourself, of expressing your creativity, of you know, taking that leap in faith, because you would be so surprised that it would actually pay off for you and you could actually make money doing something different, doing something that you actually love, if you could, you know, get over that fear. Okay, so you really need to stop feeling like a victim and start like moving things forward, moving your own wheel forward. Okay, and there's just like a lot of you know, protection that's going on right now. The veil is very thin. So, you know, your spirit guides and your angels are around you, you know, and a lot of people are going to be getting a lot of synchronicities, a lot of nudges, a lot of, you know, signs to basically do what it is that they really need to do. It's going to be very hard to, yeah, for right now to kind of like deny what you're here to do, what your destiny is. Yeah, your destiny. So right now, it's just like a lot of you are being given, you know, opportunities, key opportunities. You really have to pay attention to the synchronicities and the signs. You're being given key opportunities to make use of, to go out there and just basically, once you're being yourself, then, you know, once you're being yourself and once you are being in alignment with who you are, then you're going to find that these opportunities just open up for you. And it's going to be surprising to you. You're going to be like, wow, if I knew that this was what was going to happen, then I would have done this a long time. So I'm telling you, it's really time for you to basically claim your destiny. I mean, for me, I've just like been running for my destiny for so long, so I've gotten tired. So yeah, a lot of you also are probably like doing, you know, some kind of construction, some kind of fixing up as well. So or you've been feeling to do that. So stop telling yourself that you don't have the money and just start seeing it being done. So there's a lot of issue about self-doubt that's coming up right now, And it's basically saying that you really have to work on believing in yourself and believing, I find that affirmations really work a lot. Okay, affirmations really do work a lot. So if you're having issues where that is concerned, then you really need to work on your affirmations and make sure that you're listening to your self-help audios every day. Okay. And there is also something about some kind of car issues. So some people who been waiting for a car or been wanting to buy a car, so you're gonna be getting a car. But also, please to remember anybody who is going on anybody who is going on a high intense, anybody who is going on a country trip, please to make sure that you have your cars fixed, okay? And also make sure that, it is, what's that word? Serviced. Yeah. So you want to make sure that it's serviced and that it's fixed. So I am just pulling some cards. So see, definitely retreat. A lot of people need to go on a retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. It's time to just take it easy, relax, chill, hola vibes, hola meds. I'm always doing that. I don't think that I partake in the world too much, which I think is a bad sign. I think it's not healthy. But anyways, this message is basically saying that you really need to spend some time alone. If you're in a relationship, then try to spend some time alone with your partner. Try to detach, turn your phone off. And basically it could be taking a vacation, it could be going on a retreat, just basically it's really like all about just really like chilling, even if you're not in a relationship, it's just like chilling by yourself, holding a meds by a river, by the beach, up in the hills, just like taking a break from social media, taking a break from thinking about your problems. Just even if it's just for a day, just go out into nature to enjoy the trees, enjoy the sunshine, let the breeze blow on your face, walk barefoot and get some grounding going on. Let me see what y'all saying. Oh God. So yeah, I'm sorry. I always see the questions that you guys be asking like after I click off. And then, so the second message is that you guys need to have an open mind. So you guys need to remember that sometimes we tend to have, how should I say, we tend to have like certain preconceived notions of how things are supposed to be, how things are supposed to work out. We really need to learn to let go of those expectations and just go with the flow, allow the universe to work its magic for us. Pay attention to what is going on in front of you, like what is going on, all the details that you have to work out immediately. You know what I'm saying? There's always so much to do. Housework alone can't done. And if you have a helper, trust me, it's like there's always so much to do where housework is concerned, where your business is concerned, where work is concerned. Throw yourself into living in the now moment, okay? So, and it's just basically saying that also if you're expecting like, a romantic relationship, you need to understand that maybe the person is not going to be the person, how you always expected, your man to be. I know like for a lot of natural women, the other day, one of my friends sent me a meme and she was just like, oh, our problem is that we're always looking for our lovers to come in yoga outfits and eating veggies and be 100% like pure and all of them kind of things. But sometimes you never know who you're going to attract for the lessons that you need to learn. So you really need to be open. Maybe your soulmates or your twin flame or your life partner is totally different from the image that you had in your mind. So you really need to be open and just basically go with the flow and be open to, letting the universe work in its magic. You really have to learn to detach yourself from those kind of physical connotations and physical ways of how things are supposed to be. You understand what I'm saying? So anyways, it's telling me that I really have to go. So I'm just saying, you guys enjoy the rest of the week and have fun. Have some, enjoy your holidays or the festivities or whatever. Lots of love, okay? Peace and love and lights and all of that good stuff.